Okay, are you ready to dive into some seriously cool AI research?
I am. Let's do it.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into Mobile Agent E, which, let me tell you, is not just some Siri upgrade.
Right. This is next level stuff. We're talking about a digital assistant that can actually learn from its experiences and evolve over time.
So, no more of those frustrating moments where your phone feels like a glorified calculator, only good for the basics.
Exactly. Imagine a phone that anticipates your needs and effortlessly handles those complex, multi-step tasks that make you want to chuck it across the room.
You're talking about like comparing prices across different apps, planning a weekend trip that checks all your boxes.
Or even summarizing those lengthy reviews for you so you don't have to wade through pages of comments. Mobile Agent E is designed to handle all of that.
Wow, that would be a game changer.
Ah.
But before we get carried away with visions of our phones booking our dream vacations, let's back up a bit. Why do we even need something as complex as Mobile Agent E?
Well, think about it. Current mobile agents are like that rookie intern who needs hand-holding for every single step.
We're fine for setting an alarm or sending a text.
Right, but ask them to do something more involved, and they just fall apart.
It's like they've got a one-track mind, completely forgetting everything they learned from the last task.
Exactly. It's frustrating, right? We get better with practice, finding shortcuts and optimizing our app usage, but traditional agents seem to start from scratch every time.
Yeah, it's true.
Mobile Agent E aims to change that by mimicking how we learn and adapt.
Okay, so the research paper calls Mobile Agent E a hierarchical multi-agent framework. Can you break that down for us?
Sure.
It sounds a little intimidating.
Think of it like a championship basketball team. Each player with a specialized role. You've got your point guard, your center, your shooting guard. They each have their strengths.
And together they form a powerful unit.
Yeah, that's the idea. Mobile Agent E works the same way. Instead of one agent trying to do it all, it divides the work.
Making it much more efficient and capable of those intricate multi-step tasks.
Right.
So who are the star players on this digital dream team?
Okay, so at the top, you've got the manager. This agent takes your big picture request, like find me the best deal on noise-canceling headphones, and breaks it down into smaller, manageable plays. It's like the coach of the team.
So it's strategizing, figuring out the best approach.
Exactly. Then we've got the perceptor, the eyes of the team. This agent scans the phone's screen, identifying icons, buttons, text, anything the agent needs to understand what's happening visually.
So it's not just blindly tapping,
Real
it's actually making sense of the information on the screen.
Precisely. And to execute those actions, we have the operator, the workhorse of the team.
Okay.
This agent does the actual tapping, swiping, and typing.
It's like the player who makes the shots putting the strategy into action.
Great analogy.
And
And even the best players need a referee to keep things fair. That's where the action reflector comes in. This agent checks the outcome of each action.
so it makes sure everything stays on track.
Exactly. Did the tap open the right app? Did we land on the correct page? If not, it flags the error.
It's like having quality control built right in, preventing those frustrating mishaps.
Exactly. And last but not least, we have the note taker, the team statistician.
Okay.
This agent diligently jots down important information encountered during the task. Prices, reviews, phone numbers, addresses, anything you might need later.
Think of it like your personal digital scrapbook,
Yeah.
capturing all those crucial details.
Precisely. And here's the beauty of it. This entire team works together seamlessly, passing the ball back and forth, making sure every play is executed flawlessly. It's a much more sophisticated and effective way to handle those tasks that make you want to pull your hair out.
I'm starting to grasp how this hierarchical structure could make such a difference. But there's more, right? I keep hearing about the evolution part of Mobile Agent E,
Right.
and I'm dying to know how that works.
Now that's where things get really interesting. Imagine your phone actually getting better at helping you over time, just like a human assistant would.
Okay, that's intriguing.
Mobile Agent E has a memory that stores two types of knowledge,
Okay.
tips and shortcuts.
So it's not just following instructions,
Yeah.
it's actually learning and improving from its experiences. That's wild.
Exactly. Tips are like those little mental notes we make after encountering something new. Let's say the agent kept misinterpreting a certain button.
Okay.
It would store a tip to pay closer attention to that visual cue next time.
So it's like it's developing its own intuition,
Yeah.
becoming more aware of those subtle nuances.
Exactly. And shortcuts are even more powerful. They're like reusable playbooks for common tasks.
Hmm.
Imagine, instead of going through 5 separate steps to search for something on Amazon, the agent has a shortcut that does it all in one go.
So it's like learning a secret cheat code for your phone, making everything smoother and faster.
Precisely. And the more tasks the agent completes, the more tips and shortcuts it accumulates.
Oh, wow.
It's like watching a rookie player evolve into a seasoned pro, adapting their skills and strategies based on experience.
Okay, that is seriously impressive. I'm already imagining my phone becoming my ultimate sidekick, anticipating my needs and getting things done with ninja-like speed. But how do we know this actually works in the real world? How did the researchers test Mobile Agent E?
Well, they knew they couldn't just throw it into a game with the JV squad. To really push its limits, they created a new benchmark called Mobile Evil-E,
Okay.
specifically designed to test those complex multi-app tasks that mirror how we actually use our phones. Think, plan a day trip, considering my love of historical sites and my intense dislike of crowds.
Wow, that's a lot more challenging than just setting a timer. So how did it do? Did Mobile Agent E live up to the hype?
Hold on tight because you're about to hear something amazing. Mobile Agent E crushed it. It not only aced those complex tasks,
Wow.
but it also did it with a level of efficiency and accuracy that left previous models in the dust.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. But before we dive into the results, I'm curious. Yeah.
What exactly were they measuring? Was it just about speed, or were there other factors involved?
Speed is important, but it's not the only thing that matters.
Right.
They also focus on something called satisfaction.
Okay.
Basically, how well did the agent meet the user's needs? Not just whether it technically completed the task.
Right.
Did it consider all the important details? Did it make smart choices based on the user's preferences?
So it's like the difference between a travel agent who just books the cheapest flight and one who actually curates an itinerary that fits your personality and interests.
That's a great analogy. And to capture those nuances, they had human evaluators score the agent's performance using detailed rubrics. Did it check multiple reviews? Did it factor in opening hours? Things that a real person would actually care about.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about checking boxes. It's about actually understanding the user's intent and delivering a truly satisfying experience. Exactly. And the results speak for themselves. Mobile Agent E consistently scored higher on satisfaction, made fewer errors, and thanks to those handy shortcuts,
Yeah.
it often completed tasks faster than previous models. It's like the agent learned to anticipate the user's needs, taking care of the details seamlessly.
Okay, color me impressed. But I'm the kind of person who needs to see it to believe it.
Sure.
Can you walk me through a real-world example from the research?
Absolutely. Let's say you're trying to buy a new coffee maker online.
Okay.
Not just any coffee maker, but one that fits your very specific caffeine addiction. You know, the kind with a built-in grinder and a timer so you can wake up to the smell of freshly brewed coffee.
Ooh, you're speaking my language. I've been meaning to upgrade my coffee setup. So how would Mobile Agent E handle this?
First, the manager steps in, like a seasoned online shopping pro.
Okay.
It analyzes your request and maps out the game plan. Okay, we need to check multiple retailers, compare prices, look at reviews,
Uh-huh.
and oh, don't forget about shipping costs and delivery times.
So it's thinking strategically, anticipating all the important factors.
Exactly. Then, the preceptor takes over, scanning those shopping apps like a hawk.
Okay.
It identifies the search bar, the filter options, the product listings, anything the agent needs to navigate the app effectively.
It's like it's reading the visual cues, understanding the layout of each app.
Precisely. And while the preceptor gathers intel, the operator springs into action.
Right.
This agent does the heavy lifting, tapping, swiping, typing, effortlessly maneuvering through those apps like a digital ninja.
Okay, I can already feel my stress levels decreasing. No more endless scrolling and frantic back button mashing.
And as the operator scouts out those coffee makers, the note-taker diligently jots down prices, features, shipping details, anything you might want to consider later.
So it's like having a personal shopping assistant who remembers everything, eliminating the need for frantic screenshots and scribbled notes.
Exactly. And here's where the evolution aspect really shines.
Okay.
Remember those shortcuts we talked about? Let's say in a previous task, the agent learned a shortcut for filtering products by price on Amazon. Now, when it encounters that same subtask while hunting for your perfect coffee maker,
Yeah.
it can use that shortcut, bypassing all those individual steps and saving you precious time.
It's like it's learned the secret handshake, getting you to the good stuff faster.
Precisely. And this applies to all sorts of common actions across different apps. Searching, filtering, sorting, adding to cart with enough experience. Mobile Agent E can become a whiz at navigating your phone's interface, making those mundane tasks a breeze.
It's like it's developing its own muscle memory, becoming more efficient and intuitive with each task. I'm starting to see why they called it evolution.
Exactly. And the more tasks it completes, the more refined those shortcuts become. It's like watching a clumsy novice transform into a graceful expert.
Okay, this is all incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, were there any limitations or unexpected quirks that the researchers observed?
That's what I find so fascinating about AI research.
Hmm.
There's always something unexpected that pops up.
Okay, spill the tea. What kind of quirks did they find? Was Mobile Agent E making coffee runs for the researchers or something?
Not quite, but there were definitely some interesting observations. For example, sometimes the agent would try to apply a shortcut in a situation where it didn't quite fit,
Okay.
like trying to use a filter by price shortcut on an app that doesn't have that feature.
So even though it's learning, it can still make those little blunders,
Yeah.
kind of like accidentally hitting reply all on an email.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even with all its advancements, AI still has those moments of, oops, didn't think that through. And it highlights a really important area of research. How do we teach these agents to be more aware of their own limitations?
Right.
To double-check their work before hitting that execute button?
Like teaching them to take a breath and say, hold on a second, does this actually make sense in this situation?
Exactly. We humans have that ability to step back and evaluate our actions, but for an AI, that kind of self-awareness is still a work in progress.
This is making me think about all those times I've yelled at my voice assistant because it just couldn't grasp what I was asking. No, I didn't mean play that song.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
And that actually brings up another interesting observation from the research. Mobile Agent E is incredibly efficient at following concrete instructions, but it can struggle with those nuanced requests that require a bit of interpretation
Oh.
or context.
So if I asked it to find a restaurant that's casual but still has a nice ambiance, it might just give up and order me a pizza.
No, hopefully not. But you've hit on a key challenge in AI development, bridging that gap between human language with all its subtleties
Right.
and an AI's more literal way of processing information.
It's like teaching them to read between the lines to understand not just the words we say, but the intent behind them.
Precisely, and that's what makes this research so exciting. It's pushing the boundaries of what AI can do,
Yeah.
while also revealing those areas where we still have a lot to learn.
After learning all this, I have to ask, is there anything Mobile Agent E can't do? Are there any tasks that are still firmly in the realm of human capability?
That's a great question. And it really gets to the heart of what makes us human. While AI is getting better and better at mimicking our cognitive abilities,
Yeah.
there are certain aspects of our being that go beyond the reach of algorithms and data.
Like, what? Give me some hope for humanity here.
Think about creativity, empathy, emotional intelligence. These are qualities that are deeply rooted in our lived experiences, our relationships, our understanding of the world. An AI might be able to write a poem that rhymes, but it can't capture the raw emotion of a human artist pouring their heart into their work.
So it's like the difference between a machine assembling a piece of furniture and a craftsman hand carving a beautiful sculpture.
Exactly. There's a level of artistry, a depth of understanding that comes from being human, from experiencing the world through our senses and emotions.
That's a really beautiful way to put it. It's reassuring to know that there are still things that make us uniquely human, things that can't be replicated by code.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And I think that's what makes the collaboration between humans and AI so powerful. AI can augment our abilities, handle those tedious tasks, provide insights we might have missed. But ultimately, it's our human qualities, our creativity, our compassion, our ability to connect on a deeper level that will continue to shape the world we live in.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of Mobile Agent E. It's amazing to see how far AI has come, and it's clear that the future holds both incredible promise and fascinating challenges.
It's been a pleasure exploring this cutting-edge research with you.
Thanks for joining us.
And for our listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and left you pondering the possibilities of a future where our phones are more than just tools, but truly intelligent partners in our digital lives.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those brain gears turning.